to the comments section. I'm Brett Cooper. Today we are talking about Billie Eilish. I feel like whenever I talk about her, it's whiplash because sometimes I'm going, oh my God, she's really hit the nail on the head when it comes to porn. And then other times I'm like, oh, why are you saying that? And today is just one of those days. So Billie Eilish, who is objectively one of the biggest pop stars of this generation, just did an interview for Variety, and she decided to share some very hot takes about how society views women's bodies versus men's bodies. And she basically said that nobody cares at all about men's bodies, that they can be skinny, fat, muscular, anything, and everybody loves it, and that they don't get criticized at all, while women receive so much hate and discrimination about their bodies no matter what they look like. And I'm sure that she was just regurgitating some feminist talking points and thinking that she was being edgy, but a lot of what she was saying was clearly objectively false.
You are objectively in the wrong.
And for the last couple of days, the internet has been lighting her up because of how wrong she is and how she's even being incredibly hypocritical based on things she has said in the past. And we're going to talk about that today. Before we do, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a comment section or off-the-clock episode. And right now, we are running our Daily Wire Black Friday sale. You can get 50% off Daily Wire annual memberships, in addition to huge discounts on merchandise and Jeremy's Razors products. It is going to run through Cyber Monday, but we're expecting that things are going to sell out, so jump on that now. So, like I said, all of this came out in an interview that she did with Variety. And after she was asked about her choice to cover up her body and wear very baggy clothing for a long time, she got on the topic of men's body shaming and how society views men's bodies versus women's bodies. And this is the quote that is blown up all over Twitter. Nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're rail thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. They don't give an F because we see people for who they are.
Are you serious?
That is the most naive thing I have ever heard on the X Twitter platform.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Okay, Billie, some girls are nice, some of us are, but society in general, it is very unkind to men. That is not new information. This could not be a more one-sided, biased argument that is obviously rooted solely in her own individual experiences and thoughts. Like, has she ever talked to a guy about this? She's very close to her brother Phineas, who is a big collaborator with her. She could have at least asked him to get his thoughts about this before she dropped this quote in this interview. Now, I never know how the internet is going to respond to things like this because the feminists can get wild, but interestingly, the internet has been dunking on her, rightfully so, and these comments are just so good. One person said, if you aren't over 6 feet, it's over for you, so this is a lie. Keep your head up, short kings. This one was also fantastic. This guy said, when you're a woman and you feel bad about your body, there are support groups to comfort you, an entire movement devoted to appeasing you. When you're a guy and you feel bad about your body, people tell you that you look like crap and you either put in the work or you get mocked. Another person said, when's the last time you saw a plus-sized male model? You haven't, unless we can count Sam Smith. Another person said celebrities are so out of touch from reality, it is actually hilarious. And then this person said, love you, Billie, but this just isn't true. I've seen girls mock guys' bodies and obese people all the time. Come on now, that is a very normal thing. Have you spent any time with a catty, cliquey group of girls? Just blanket statement of girls don't do that because they're nice is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard her say, LOL. Girls can be just as mean as guys, especially to one another. I have a sister who was teased and put down by other girls because of her body. That's kind of the entire reason a film called Mean Girls exists, because sometimes, often in high school and when going through puberty, girls can be just as mean, if not worse, than guys. Exactly. I love that this person randomly just decided to drop Mean Girls in there. Like, yes, it is a very important film of the 21st century.
And you can't sit with us.
I could not agree more with all of these comments, and the main point that proves her so wrong is the body positivity movement that has been created for women, which basically promotes obesity at this point. Doesn't matter what size you are, doesn't matter how unhealthy you are beautiful and you should not change at all. And if you do want to change, and if you do want to lose weight, if you do want to go to the gym, you are fatphobic and you're racist. It's literally what they say. It is all so unhealthy, unlike balance of nature. Living a healthy lifestyle. Now, on the other hand, men get dragged for being too fat, too short, bald, not chiseled enough. The list goes on and on. But somehow, this is backwards for Billie. She has lost the plot, and people are even finding clips of her contradicting her own statements on this.
Why is every pretty girl with a horrible-looking man? I don't understand. Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks, but I am, though. You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world. Like, you're still ugly, though. Can't change that. Maybe that's like why like guys with small dick get like huge mansions to make up for it, you know? Or like really nice cars.
This wasn't even her saying, I have a preference for this type of man. She was literally saying, yeah, there's a lot of guys that are ugly, and I don't like them. No shame, but actually I am shaming you because you're ugly. And it makes me angry that you've pulled a hot girl, or whatever she was saying. Somebody commented and said, women really get to say anything. Another person said, damn, she's shaping an entire generation to think that way when it's not even the truth. And that was from last year. That was 2022. She is publicly making fun of ugly guys, yet she's also speaking out of the other side of her mouth, saying that nobody cares about men's looks, nobody would ever shame them for that because society just protects men and uplifts them, as she is literally doing it in interviews on camera. Come on, Billie. Anyway, I digress. Back to the original tweet. If the replies were not enough to prove her wrong, Community Notes also jumped in to correct their statements, and I just love Community Notes. I did a whole episode about it, but I just think they're so fantastic. But they jumped in under the Variety tweet and said, it is estimated that roughly 10 million men in the United States alone experience body dysmorphia for the same reasons women do. We're all in it together, guys. We are all in it together. We all look in the mirror. Sometimes we don't like what we see. That is not just a female experience. That is not just a male experience. We're all suffering together, my friends.
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Louder!
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Louder!
I'm ugly and I'm proud.
Not only do people's experiences disprove her entire post, but statistics do as well. Body dysmorphia affects men and women equally, and the condition is more common than one might think. It is estimated that about 5 to 10 million people in the United States suffer from it, and yet it is also misdiagnosed or goes untreated. Sadly, there is a high suicide rate among people with body dysmorphia, with about 25% attempting suicide and about 0.3% dying from their attempts. This is very, very serious. We talk about eating disorders a lot, but men are often excluded from that conversation. We talk about women's bodies all the time. We are so hell-bent on telling them you are beautiful no matter how you look, no matter what you weigh. Men are excluded from that conversation. And the same women that are promoting the body positivity movement turn around and say, you're ugly, you're too fat, you're too short for me, you're too bald for me. Meanwhile, they're like marching in the streets trying to promote equality. It does not make sense. Viewing your body in a negative light is something that impacts men and women equally. However, men are the ones that are ridiculed more for their bodies, if anything. Women are nothing but celebrated and accepted and glorified these days, no matter what they do. Yet feminists are desperate to keep this oppression lie alive. Now, thankfully, based on these replies, people have started to call bullshit, and I love to see it.
So that's all of today's video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. See you. Peace.